a little hole and bury myself alive. Along with that, honestly, just delete the internet entirely and go move in the countryside with no electricity and farm corn for the rest of my life. The fact that this is on the internet makes me just want to die. I just can't believe that there's people in this world that are just so incredibly stupid and that they believe these things. So, sit back, relax, and let's read these god-awful one-star reviews that have been placed on the books that I've absolutely torn my heart out of its socket, put it back in, torn it out again, and then stitched back in again. The first book, I have my laptop down here, so if I'm looking, that's where I'm reading these heinous events. So, the first book is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. First of all, John Green, Hank Green, that whole family, kisses, love them, duh. But this book, it basically follows the main character of Asa. She has anxiety, OCD, she has PTSD because she lost her father, and like, I really relate with the character. I don't have OCD though, but like, I really relate with her character, like her grieving, like I get that, like the anxiety, yes. So, chef's kiss. And then also along with the plot, like they have like a little bit of like a little mystery solving thing. It's a very easy read, very nice, like, and it's just so good to finally have like a character that I really go by, like I really relate to her, and I just chef's kiss. John Green 8 with this one, period. That's all I gotta say. But let's just dive into the first review. The reason why I like Davis more than Asa. Okay, what I hate about Asa is that everything revolves around her OCD, and I guess that's how people feel about their mental illnesses, that they are consumed all their lives. But I feel like we only got to know her struggles with it. I would have liked to know her more, illnesses aside. Okay, baby, did you like not read the back of the book? Okay, I'm like trying to hold myself back, but like I just can't. Like, if you read the back of the book, it flat out tells you that this is literally about a teenage girl suffering with mental illness. Like, that is the main point of the book. So like, if you knew that you didn't want to know that, why did you pick it up? Like, unless if you literally look at the cover and go, Turtles All the Way Down. Okay, open it up. Then fine, whatever. But then also, like, lucky you that you don't have a mental illness that doesn't encompass your entire life. Like, yippee. Good luck for you. Like, what? Like, I just feel like that's so insensitive to say. Like, Asa, her whole character, like, yeah, sure, like, I would like to know, like, maybe, like, oh, what's her height, but, like, that's not really the point of the book. The point is to spread awareness about teenage girls and, like, literally what some of them go through, like, even teenage guys, but mainly, like, teenage girls, what mental struggles they go through, like, grieving, parents being lost, like, that's the point of the book, baby, like, what? Okay, next one. Oh, John, my boy, you're a middle-aged man writing teenagers, mostly teenage girls, and you're not good at it. Stop. Your purpose in life is to be a celebrity crush on my history teacher. That's it. The last part, valid. Literally, I think he's every single history teacher's crush. Like, even my favorite history teacher of all time, that literally was a guy he loved. John Green and Green, love them. So, valid. But the fact that, like, that's the thing, is that, like, it is a middle-aged man writing about teenage girls. Of course he's not gonna get every single bullet point, but then that's also, like, the thing, like, you know that, like duh, he's not gonna hit it on the head because he was never a teenage girl. Let the man cook. Like, okay, why don't you write it then? You write it then. Like, of course, like, that's like one of those things where you look at the book, you see the back of the book literally says, like, Asa, I think she was like a junior or something in high school or whatever. I don't know. I can't really remember exact details. But, like, you know that, and you know it's written by a man. Of course it's not gonna be, like, spot on. Like, duh. I can't. I'm already getting very mad. Not the biggest fan because I generally didn't understand this book. Maybe I'm in the wrong because I read it like 2 years ago almost, but I feel like even if I picked it up now, I wouldn't enjoy it that much. Okay, when people say that they don't understand this book, I don't know if it's because they don't understand the plot or they don't understand the mental illness. So like, cause like it's completely okay to not understand like what anxiety or like OCD or like PTSD feels like. It's okay to not understand that, but you should be getting the process of like the book. Like, it's a very easy read. Like, a lot of people read like John Green's The Fault in Our Stars like in middle school, like because he is a very like, it's a very easy read. So I don't know if you're not, I mean, I'm not like trying to bash your review, because it wasn't even like it was bashing the book. You just don't enjoy it, which like that's okay, to each their own. But like, if you don't understand, I don't know, it just depends on what you're not understanding. Anyways, this is like the funniest one. Yeah, I made it to page 2, I think. At any rate, I still congratulated myself for my endurance. Yep, it was that bad. Okay, literally the first 2 pages, it's literally Asa in the middle of a panic attack, like a little episode, like, that's a little insensitive, but anyways, like, okay, like, if you're, like, kind of confused, and you're, like, don't know what the book is about, like, the reason why I started reading this book is because that is what I was going through during that time, like, grave anxiety. Like, that is why I literally looked up books that had the female character be exactly me, besides, like, the OCD, but, you know, so I literally, like, read this book specifically for that, so I guess that's why I don't understand it. But like, it's just the first 2 pages are literally, it's her in an episode, like in a little like panic attack. So like, if you can't read about it, I'd love to see how you'd feel if that was actually you. Whatever, girl. The next one, I had high hopes of this book, and it wasn't for me. I also don't recommend people with OCD, anxiety, depression to read this, as it gets very dark and spiraling at times. That is the point of the book, bro. That's the point of the book. Like, if you read the back of the book, people are reading this because they want to connect with it, or they want to see what it's like in other people's shoes. Like, just read the back of the book, bro. Like, anyone that is sitting here, all you have to do, if you want to see if you will like a book or not, read the back of the book first. That's all you have to do. Save yourself the trouble, because like, obviously you'll read it and be like, oh, anxiety, there's OCD mentioning, like, maybe if it's not for me, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But like, you kind of know when you read the back of the book. Anyways, on to the next book. So this one is Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. She is very much into writing STEM-related romances. I don't even enjoy STEM, but somehow this book was so good. It is fake dating, which fake dating is like one of my favorite tropes, so obviously I would like it. But yeah, it's really good. It just follows, it's a teacher and a student. It's legal, so it's not that weird, but some might find it weird. But basically, the main character is trying to prove to her friend that she got over her ex, and she kisses the teacher, blah blah blah. You get the gist. But it's really good, and yeah, that's basically it. So let's read these awful reviews. Have I mentioned that this book could have been 350 pages shorter if they to each other. Communication, so important. Okay, I will say though, the only reason why this was not a 5-star read for me was because it did have a little bit of a miscommunication trope, which, not my favorite, but it's okay. Like, it's not the entire thing is miscommunication. It kind of was just like, there would have never been a problem if someone communicated properly in the first place. So, okay, kind of valid. The next one is attached with a meme. I did not know you could put memes on Goodreads, so that was a very funny find. And then there's Adam, who we're reminded about every 2 seconds. May I add that he is grumpy, likes black, not sunshiny, wears Volkine Henley, is very big, has big hands, B-I-G, big shoulders, very strong, but okay. They are pointing out that during the book, the main character, Olive, she does always mention that Adam is big, and I kind of think that it's one of those things where she's trying to like make sure that people know, like, this is like, he's like bigger than me, like he's a teacher, like this should not be happening, fake dating. So I mean, I kind of understand that he did say that. Allie's what did right, that he made sure that people knew that he was big. But yeah, usually I don't like grumpy sunshine, by the way. This is a little bit of a grumpy sunshine, but it's mainly covered by fake dating, so it compensates for it. But yeah, a lot of people did not like Adam just because he was not described properly. But I didn't care. It's fake dating. I don't care. Okay, the next one. Extremely unsatisfactory. The main characters are supposed scientists, but seem to think that the solution to their problems is to fake date as opposed to having an adult conversation with their friends. Goodness, if this was a representation of actual scientists, I would beg to exist. I would beg to exist this earth ASAP. What? That was in English. But anyways, again, a lot of people, the problem was with this book was the miscommunication trope. It was a little apparent in that, but like, get over it. I feel like this is one of those books where you can tell it's miscommunication right away. So like, if you're not into that, you can kind of DNF it, like, honestly, like 20 pages in, so that's kind of nice. But like, whatever, it's to each their own. It's not that big of a deal. Whoa, this one is a very long one. It says, it was an interesting read, ... but there were some parts where I was just bored. The main character, Olive, I hate that name. Why couldn't it just be Olivia? Okay, we get it, you don't like Olive. Chill. And then the name All was terrible. Was a decent character. She wasn't too annoying and whiny like some authors write females to be, but she overcomplicated things too much. Okay, but if she didn't overcomplicate things, there would be no story to write about. Like, if she would have just communicated properly the first time, then there would have been no story to write about. So like, she kind of had to be like a little overcomplicated and extra. Adam, the love interest, was decent. He was kind of boring, so I don't know. He wasn't toxic or anything, so that's good. Valid. And then she talks about how the 2 besties in the book got on their nerves, which, I mean, they were okay. They weren't that bad. Their love story was actually really cute, and there were some parts of the book I was giggling and kicking my feet. Okay, then why did you rate the book 1 star? I feel like this is just not a 1-star review. This is like a 3-star. But there are parts that were so boring and repetitive and corny. They mentioned that they were fake dating so many times, like, we get it. Okay, valid. Like, you gotta get it that they're fake dating. And they talk about science so much I could care less about it. Okay, you are literally reading a STEM romance. Again, read the back of the book before reading it. I read 10 sentence literally says it on the back. Read the back of the book. Literally saves so much time. Like, if I read the back of the book and I see something I don't like, guess what I do? I don't read the book. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Woe is me. I can't tell my friend that I'm not interested in my ex anymore, so I make this brilliant idea to kiss the first one I see in the hallway to make her believe that I'm on a date. Oh, did I mention he's actually my teacher? It's legal. Not weird at all. Okay. It's funny. It's funny because it's so true. Like, I don't know. If it was just me, I would have just straight up, like, I don't care what my friend thinks. Like, if I'm over him, I'm over him. Like, you'll notice if I'm over him. And if I'm not, like, I come out about it. Like, she was a little bit extra, but like, again, you needed that for the plot. Like, what do you expect out of a fictional romance story? None of that makes sense. Duh. If you want one about real life, that's so boring. Oh my god, I met him at school. He was in my AP US history class, and we looked at each other. Wow. Cool. No one gives a crap. Okay, I'm actually nervous for you guys to even hear about these next reviews because I might start screaming into the mic. This book is like my ride or die. Love this book. This is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It's basically an enemies to lovers. There's dragons, there's romance, there's fantasy. What else can I say? Chef's kiss. Obviously, you probably all have heard me rave about this book. Love it, love it, love it. Already have the third one pre-ordered. January 21st. It will be at my doorstep with the painted edges. But I digress. We're just gonna start with these awful reviews. And I might bang my head on a wall. First one. If I had $1 million for every cliche in this book, of which there were a multitude, I'd still regret spending $20 on all 498 pages. I gladly just spent $20 on the third book with painted edges, and honestly might get the original copy too with no painted edges, and might get painted edges of the other two books. So fine, if you're not getting money from this girl, you'll be getting money from me. Next. The dragons were the only interesting parts about this whole book, and they didn't even get as much page time as they should have. Okay, fair enough though. The dragons, like, this is a very low fantasy book because there's dragons, but it's mainly like, it feels very, very realistic and not like for example, like Cruel Prince, that it was very, very fantasy, but this one's like more romantasy. Like, there's definitely more romance than there is fantasy, which, like, I don't mind. But then they go to talk about the language choices. Personally, I'm not arguing with their logic, just enjoying the view respectfully, of course. So freaking beautiful. Okay, no one talks like this in a fantasy world, and we know damn well of this lingo doesn't belong in here. It's so embarrassing and a testament to bad writing and bad editing. Okay, I'm sorry, but I do not want to read a book that's like so exquisite. Like, no. Like, what is fantasy writing? Like fancy words like exquisite or personally, not denying, arguing. I can't even, like, I feel like there would be like a British accent to it, but like, get over it, get on the high dive. If you want to read Shakespeare, just read it. Just read Hamlet, okay? If you want fancy writing, read Hamlet and try to understand that, okay? No one talks like that in a fantasy world. What do they talk like in a fantasy world? Tell me. Give me a sentence right now. Go. You can't. Period. Next. Okay. I will have to admit that Fourth Wing has the most funniest reviews. This next one is Zayden wears skinny jeans. 1 star. Okay. I'd love to see skinny jeans. Like, I'll see those skinny jeans any day of the week. I don't care. He probably looks beautiful in those skinny jeans. Whatever. Wait, what else do you want him to wear? Booty shorts. Next. I couldn't even read this. Satan could spit on me and I would ask him to do it again. No comment. Next one is absolutely cancerous. Yeah, it is cancerous. It's like attached to me, ingrained in me, completely changing my life. Yes, it is cancerous. Is it hurting me? Well, no. So I guess it's not cancerous in that way, but it's attached to me and it's growing on me and will forever be ingrained into my experiences. Next. I should have DNF'd this when I found out you wear skinny jeans. Okay. Y'all, can we relax on the skinny jeans? You probably wear skinny jeans. Maybe I don't want to see you in skinny jeans. Miss Lady. Eat that. Literally, like, I don't know why people are like, oh my god, he wears skinny jeans. What else do you want to wear? Like, a skirt? Like, hello? Let a man wear what he wants to wear. And he's allowed to wear whatever he wants. He can, whatever. I don't care. Okay, the next one. I can feel the anger rising in me. I'm gonna try to stay calm. This shitty book is as useful as toilet paper and serves the same purpose. I need a moment. We need a moment of silence. Okay, we can continue. I am so done with this book. I can literally feel myself becoming stupider with each page. Well, guess what, baby? Stupider is not a word. So, eat it, period. And she files this under books that make me reconsider life choices and wonder whether this is the same one that everyone's been raving about, because you've got to be effing kidding me. All of you who said this is amazing, best book of the year, a triumph, y'all are liars. The only thing I got after this book was a headache from rolling my eyes to the high heavens and reading the dumbest effing names known to man. Violet, Zayden, Jack. Like, what? I'm sorry if you never read fantasy before, because, like, literally, you have the most crazy names. Like, you have, I'm sorry, I just read The Cruel Prince, so this is, like, right, fresh memory. You have the Roach, you have the Bomb. Like, I'm sorry, is Violet and Zayden and Jack, like, are those... I'm sorry. Is your name like Olivia or something basic? I can say that because it's my sister's name. But like, brother. Dumbest effing names known to man. Eat it, girl. Eat it. Duck to the hand. Oh. Turns out that is all the pain that I have to go through today. Thank you guys so much for debriefing with me. I'm literally... I feel my bones are all cracking right now because of how infuriated I am. But I hope you guys somehow enjoyed these awful words that I have put into existence, and that I wish that I could just live on a